loyalty is also self-educating, getting yourself better, and helping everyone win and punch through the
If
ceiling.
you don't have to have the right process and you don't have the right people, you're not going anywhere.
I believe it's the greatest country in the world. You could be a multimillionaire if you want to be. You're lazy if you're not. Welcome back, everybody, to the Exit Rich podcast. I'm sitting here with my friend Helmi Ben Flah, founder of Guaranteed Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, correct? Over in New Jersey.
Guaranteed service.
Guaranteed services. And, you know, he sold. He sold the Redwood. It's public. He sold. He hit the American dream. He punched his lottery ticket. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, he only founded this company in 2018. So he managed to build it and sell it, which is the name of the show, Exit Rich, which he did here in less than 7 years. And you had over 80 employees. You're a workaholic. You've been in my masterminds. I consider you a friend at this point. And we're going to a lot of different things here. But everybody, tell everybody who you are real fast, Helmi.
Helmi Ben Flah, owner, founder of Guaranteed Service. Proud father of 3 kids and been married for 26 years this December.
So let's talk about Guaranteed. I mean, when I met you, it's probably been, what, 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Instantly hit off. You got a big personality.
I know you before.
It is.
That I need to get to connect more with you at home and give you bigger hugs.
You are a constant student. You're constantly learning, trying to understand, high energy. Let's talk about the first time we really got to spend time together was, and most people don't know this, you're gonna be like, there's no way this could be fucking true. I got to know you, and then you came to my shore house.
Yes.
And you had an LOI. You had multiple LOIs. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And we were going through them, and I was telling you what I thought and you thought, and needless to say, you didn't close any of them at that time. And we went through the process together. And, you know, people don't realize how hard it is to sell a company. Well, first of all, people don't realize how hard it is to build a company. We're going to talk about that in a second. But when you're going through selling, I don't want you to get the details what you sold for, but how stressful is it to try and pick? And Redwood's a great partner. People know that. People
I love
like
guys.
Redwood, Champion, Apex. They're all good people. Like if you get the right partner, you're going to be happy, right? How stressful is it though going through the process of just even trying to get through the LOI? We'll get the due diligence next. How stressful is just going through the process to pick what partner is right for you?
For me, man, Redwood is really the right people, man. I love every one of them. From the CEOs to all the partners. It's such a great personality.
I know, but you had 4 LOIs when you were at my mastermind.
Yeah, I have
right?
2 other ones. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And we went through them all. And I actually said, hey, listen, Redwood's good, but I thought you had another one that was good too. Yes or no?
Yeah,
And no
just
doubt.
the people. Yeah.
But how stressful is it to pick? Like when you're going through that vetting process, because they all want to buy you. Like when you built what you built, they want to buy you. And you're an operator. So people want to buy you. They just do. Like you're a fucking unicorn, right? I try and tell people when you know what you're doing, like you're an operator, people want to buy you.
We'll get to that part. That's the easiest part. Really, is what you need to do. It's just to trust the people that you want to partner with was the hardest part because there is so many of them. And for me, was more of a trust, more of the conversation I had with Rich, John, and Lisa, and everybody in the team. It was great for me. It was like I felt like I'm home. I felt like this is the guys that are gonna take me to the next level that I could not achieve without them. So that was part of the reason why I want to do it, and money too.
Oh, well, the money. Well, let's talk about that. You you had money before. People don't realize, like you had money, but now you have generational wealth money. When that money hit your account, can you tell me just what that? I don't know the number. I'll never ask you the number. But what was it like that day? Was it like, all right, my fucking 3 sons are taken
And
care
it
of?
was such a good, literally, first of all, you have to count with your fingers how many zeros to figure out the right number. Or right, literally, like, and I remember this, Lance. I remember I thought I'm gonna sleep in. I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning again and back out at 5 a.m., 5:30. I think I went to customer house that day after, right? The day after I get wire transfer, I stay there till like 8 o'clock at night trying to figure out something. It really doesn't stop. Either you have it on you or you don't. Because if you keep doing if you stop doing what you've been doing for years, it's gonna be a big void up there, and you're gonna really get depressed. So
Oh, I did that.
you gotta keep going. You really gotta keep going, and then the end of the day is not to prove to anybody else, it's just to prove it to yourself. Either you are a winner or you're not.
I agree with you on that for sure. You know, what's funny is I remember when you killed the LOI, like most people don't realize this, you went through the process and I don't get all the specifics. And you're like, Lance, what do I do? You're asking my advice. And I was like, fucking kill it then. I was like, they can't force it. And you're like, just kill it. I'm like, kill it. And a year later, I know you got more money and you're a lot happier. You sent me a text message, which I'll never put a text message up on social media if someone's LOI and closing a deal ever again. Cause I did to Helmi. He's like calling me. He's like, Lance, I apologize. I got, cause I felt like I went through the process with you. I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
I was like, fuck yeah, this guy there's nothing better than seeing good people punch their Willy Wonka ticket. And I saw you.
Well, I always consider you like a friend of a brother. It's not like we just talked yesterday, the day before, for years, man. And I always look up to you, and you helped me a lot. And thank you. I would not be here if it was not for you.
I don't, yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I just love the fact that you had the sack to kill the LOI and bet on yourself, where most people do not. Most people do not have that sack. And I said to you, you were betting on yourself. Did I not remember? And you were like, if I don't bet on me, who's going? And I remember, and I was like, then do it. And not even a year, probably 15 months later, you
Yeah, a few months later.
yeah, you knocked it down.
Yeah.
So you got generational wealth now. You're still working. You call my people. So you're always looking for a GM. You're a constant student. Here's a question for you. The first mastermind that you came to and that you spent, what did you think of the mastermind? And what do you think about that investment? And like, were you kind of like, I'm not sure, or do you think that definitely helped you through the whole process? And just tell me what you thought of it. 'Cause there's some good people in your first man.
Yeah.
Our first mastermind, I think, was one of our better ones, to be honest. We had some good people. Bato, Joe White. We had some great people in that group.
Yeah, everybody was there. It was great people. So
That was the first mastermind, right?
that was, the
Yeah, that
first
was-
one, and
yeah.
it was my first one too, and that really changed your mentality too. So you go through a process. You want to build the business or grow the business, grow the business, grow the business, right? And then, and one point you're gonna start figure out how you exit the business, because that's the end of it, right?
And
And all the other shows is how you grow, and how all these masterminds. And for yours was different. It was like, let's get to the goal. All right, what's the goal is? We want to get from point A to point B, and I'm going to show you the roadmap. All right, it's already built, it's already exercised, it's already done over and over and over. All you have to do is just
implement.
rob and duplicate.
Rob and duplicate and implement.
All right, that's it. Just take it. It's done. So I learned a few things, how to increase profit, increase margins, increase gross margins, looking at KPIs for marketing and deep.
But you came there wanting to learn and not just bullshit. You had pen, paper, asking questions. I mean, you were in my office next door here before the podcast, and you're getting everything out of Kelly. I mean, I love it. I mean,
Listen, you always love that game. You always got to.
but a lot of people don't think they are. A lot of people don't think they are. A lot of people, you should be surprised. Sometimes I get these people, and they're, Danielle or Alex, people that sell tickets here. They'll get someone on the phone, they'll be like, man, $5,000 is a big amount. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's nothing for what you're getting. Like, you got to be in a room with the right people.
And you need to want it. If
That's
you
the
don't
problem,
want
man. They don't want
yeah,
it. They don't want it.
If you need to want it, and
Yeah, if you're worried about $5,000 investment and a plane ticket, then you don't want it bad enough.
yeah,
You're sitting in a room with a guy that did it 6 times now, and I probably helped another 50 people sell their companies already.
there's no why your house $5,000 should be a lot more than that. Yeah, there is no pain in $5,000. You gotta have to create the pain to implement the process they learned through days in your place.
I call the mastermind exposure. Honestly, it's like exposing you to it. Our coaching group is where we're implementing, teaching the winner's circle, right? Like, it's a little different. Like, the mastermind's more of, hey, we're going to expose you to how to do it. We're going to show you, we're going to teach you. But really, like anything else in life,
Yeah.
you're being exposed in 2 days. If you really want to train, you have to be part of a training group. I mean, I'm part of a fucking coaching group. And people are like, you got a coach, Lance? I'm like, yeah. My sons have coaches. Like, not just wrestling coaches, football coaches. Both my sons have mindset coaches.
Yeah, we have to learn every day.
every day.
You have to learn every day. We have a board in the dispatch. It says, at the beginning of the day is all about possibilities, and the end of the day is all about the results. And that's what life is as well. Or when you wake up in the morning, early in the morning, there is so many possibilities till you go back, till you go to sleep at night. What did you do from waking up all the way to go to sleep? If you didn't really accomplish anything, you just wasted another day.
So here's a question for you, and I'm just gonna ask you flat out: were you born in America, or did you come to America?
Oh, I came from Tunisia, North Africa. I'm the African man.
Okay, what was African man? And Bo, there you go. Welcome, my man. When did you come to America?
Why did I come here?
When?
I came here, my first day in Los Angeles, August 28, 1998.
So 1998. So you were here about 20 years before you started your own business.
Yeah, something like that.
About 20 years. What were you doing before that? I just want to get to how you.
Well, so it's
Guaranteed.
a long story.
we got time.
I come here for vacation, all right, and just a couple weeks. I got like $500 in my pocket. I thought I was rich. That did last more than 2 days in LA.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, literally. And then I met this blonde girl. We don't have really much blondes up there. I'm Africa, all right? And we're gonna be celebrating our 26th anniversary in
So you met your
December.
wife in LA.
Yeah, I met my wife in LA, and then I like instant felt connection, and I stayed. And next year, eventually got married. Right, then we got kids. We have 3 kids: a 24-year-old, 22, and 20-year-old. But that's my family business. In the professional business, I was a computer software guy, so I just know how to write software.
How'd you get into HVAC? Tell me how. I mean, to plumbing, because you really started plumbing, correct? That's where it started.
No, really, when I started in the software business because that's what I
But
know.
2018 guaranteed.
All of it at once: plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric.
Okay, so tell me how you how do you go from software to that?
Yeah, so from software, then I worked for a company. 5 years into the software, we grow that business to like $30+ million, and I decided to go in my own in 2018. Decided to start my own business.
But why that? Because if you're a software guy, most software guys ain't around smoking weed saying, "Let me go open an HVAC plumbing."
No, because I worked managing plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric before I started my own. I managed that business from 2005 till 2015, 16.
Right, so 10 years you put in.
Yep.
I gotta ask this question because I believe everyone should be able to leave and have their own part of American
Yeah.
dream. I've always said this to everyone, like, I hope you guys all leave LB Capital one day and own your own companies. If that's what you choose to do, because this is the greatest. Like, I believe this is the greatest country in the world. You could be a multimillionaire if you want to be. You're lazy if you're not, right?
100%. 100%.
But what made you say? What made you leave that? There had to be a defining moment where you said, "Fuck this, I'm going on my own." There had to be a defining moment where you didn't feel like you were getting what you were worth. There had to be a defining moment where you're like, "I could go make more on my own." There had to be a defining moment where you said, "Okay, enough's enough." You go home, you tell your wife, because at that time, your kids are still in their early teenage years, which
Yep.
is a very.
Still in high school, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're deciding to grab your sack and say, come home and tell your wife, which I think your wife, you probably have the same relationship with me. My wife's gonna say, "No problem, whatever you do, I trust you," right?
Hmm.
But you still had the conversation.
Yeah, so I quit.
Yeah, you quit. But what was the defining moment? Something had to happen there.
I want to have a freedom, all right, and I want to provide for people. Managing a business, yeah, you can provide for your team to a certain degree, all right, but I felt like I can provide a lot for my people. Literally, I love my people more than anything else, all right. So I had to start. First of all, I want to have freedom, and I don't want to work for a paycheck. I'm not a paycheck guy, man.
After 20 years of a paycheck, you got done of it.
Yeah. There is, what's that book? Rich Kid, Poor Kid.
Poor dad, rich dad.
So yeah,
That's
Rich,
what's
Rich Kid,
yeah.
Poor Kid.
That's a great book.
Yeah, that's a great book. Yeah. So and so it's the same thing. So I want to just start my own thing, and the only thing I know how to do is plumbing, heating, cooling, electric. I never fixed anything in my life. I still don't know how to fix anything. I know how the business work. I know the blueprint, kind of. All right. And then recently partnered with Redwood. They even have a bigger, much better, more sophisticated for much better growth. And I'm glad I did. I really am glad I did.
But you say freedom, and listen, I know you're always smiling, you got the flash, you got the charisma. There's no way you had freedom your first few years in business. No one does. Like, you don't have freedom. You're working around the clock. I don't care who you are. I've done enough businesses to know. Like, I've seen it. I've seen no, you couldn't have been working less than when you were working for the other company. You had to be working more.
Yeah, 100%. You have to
Okay, because I think people listen on this and people get the mistake. Well, oh, Helmi went on his own. He just sold the redwood, and you can do the math. There's multiple zeros behind it. They're not idiots, right? So, oh my God, well, he said it was actually easier than being a manager of another company. Well, no, that's not the case.
Yeah, you have to work. I don't know if it's a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I really don't know. You know that. You text you on Thanksgiving. Yeah, all right.
I just had a conversation with my
Yeah.
people out here. Leads came in over the weekend. It wasn't answered. I was like, listen, you guys can give me your resignation if you don't want to get back to they're like Saturday, Sunday, Friday. Like, people text me, I get back to them. People call me, I get back to
Yeah.
them. Unless I'm with my children.
Yeah, so you have to have that in you. I used to do that when I was managing a business, all right? I didn't stop. All right. When I say freedom is you're not locked up with, you have to be in the office between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you have to, you always can do stuff,
Yeah.
go to with your family, move stuff. But when you are in a resort with your family or in a hotel, trust me, you are working. Literally, it doesn't matter where it is. Even you're watching a football game in Ireland, you are working. Right. Yeah. So, but
I mean,
it's a
that's
different
what I
freedom.
believe.
Yeah.
That's what I
It's a
believe.
different freedom. You always, there's key performance indicator that you have to look at every day, every single day, some of them every hour. So you're really working is a different freedom.
Let's talk about that. As you're scaling, how big was the shop that you were running before you left? Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, they're able to.
33 million. Yep.
Okay. Just a nice size shop, right?
Yeah.
You leave, you go on your own. Did you know you had to manage the KPIs from day one, or is that something you kind of learned on your own, or was the other shop managing the KPIs pretty good? Like, were they on Service Titan? Well, Service Titan wasn't
For
even
me
around.
or
Oh,
for the previous shop?
previous shop.
Yeah, yeah, but it's still the old school, board and
Yeah.
papers. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to update it, and you have to rely on the person who's gonna update it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have to have it like on the fly. You have to have. Yeah,
So when you went on your own, when did you implement Service Titan? How far into it?
day one.
Oh, day one, right at
Yeah,
the beginning.
nothing. I started big day one.
Day one, you didn't even
Literally day one. Yeah,
Okay.
the biggest ass trucks, the biggest best logo. I got guaranteedservice.com. That's $20,000+ domain. All right, versus a sick $1 domain and GoDaddy. 1-800 guaranteed is a phone number. All right,
Like, you just said, I'm going all
I'm going all in.
You knew
Yeah.
the blueprint, though, and you just bet on yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I was just going all in.
I had a guy say to me today, and you appreciate this. It was a nice guy, young kid. He goes, wrapping my vehicles, they went like $5,000 a vehicle, right? He goes, what do you think I'm down to? I said, my man, if you're concerned about $5,000
Yeah.
for 3 vehicles, you're not seeing the point. That's one roof. He's like, what do you mean it's one roof? I said, if you have 3 vehicles that are wrapped, I can promise you're going to get 1 to 2, 3, 4 roofs a month just by people seeing your vehicles, being in homes. And he's like, what? I'm like, yes. I'm like, that wrap will pay for itself in the first 30 days, most likely, unless
Yep,
you're out
yep.
driving around
Yep.
Timbuktu, right?
Yep.
And people just are so cheap. So you didn't have that mindset at all. You were like, I'm just going all in.
No. I know every penny you put in, you're gonna consider that a return on investment. That's it.
Can you talk about branding, why it was so important? Because if you're going out buying 1-800 guaranteed and you're buying the URLs and you're wrapping trucks, you understand branding. Can you talk to me about, do you think if you didn't do that, do you think you would have been to where you are so fast?
Absolutely not. All right. So the brand, for me, the reason why I spend 1-800 guaranteed because it's easy to remember. So when I put a radio campaign and I just keep 1-800 guaranteed, 1-800 guaranteed, 1-800 guaranteed, it's easy. All right.
And you're a big radio guy. The majority of your money went into radio. I remember Your radio guy fucking hated me when I met him for the first time. He wanted to punch me in the mouth, but I was like, "Listen, my man."
Yeah, now if you drive in Jersey for more than 20 minutes, you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear our ad. All right. And then we tie it in with guaranteedservice.com as the website. All right. So that's literally for branding. The trucks looks beautiful. There is a red banner up there. It is the reflective. So if you put in lights on it at night, it reflect like an ambulance, or with 1-800 guaranteed on it. Uh, uh, so the brand is a huge. So either you're gonna spend on your brand, or you're gonna double spend on your PPC campaigns.
Without and that's just getting more and more expensive.
More expensive. So
Crazy.
the day that you don't want to spend on PPC campaign, you don't have no calls. When you concentrate on your brand, it's gonna keep going. All right. Dan does fantastic job wrapping the tracks and
Absolutely.
designing the logo. I did not go through him, but he's fantastic.
Here's a question for you. You're in the people business. People don't realize that in the service-based business. You're in the people business of customer service, but more than the homeowner, your employees are the asset. And I don't think most people understand that their employees are the biggest asset they'll ever have. Can you talk about that? Because I think it's where a lot of these business owners make their mistake. They don't give their employees equity. They don't try to take care of their employees. It's all about the owner and not a family atmosphere. Can you talk about that?
So, for me and everybody in our team, is we always the meeting we talk about three wins: the individual technician, CSR, the bookkeeper, whoever it is doing the job, he needs to win. The customer needs to win, and the company needs to win. If one of those three wins missing, don't do business. If I ask you to do a job and you're not gonna do any additional on it, you're not getting any extra money, you're not getting any extra benefits on it, don't do the entire job. All right? Nobody's gonna win and you will never win. So for me is was I have to incentivize the people that got me here, because that's the right thing to do. Without them, I will never be here. You follow what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? All right. So I have to take care of them. And take care of them. It's not just money. You just have to trust them. You have to treat them right. You have to respect them. Uh you have to put money on them, invest money on them to grow. All right. Send them to your seminars, to your let them listen to your podcast. Few of them actually do a lot. That's the way it tells me, hey, Lance just posted something. It,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, so you really need to take care of this. You need to take care of your people. Once you take care of your people, and it has to be genuine, it has to have create a culture of winners, that they want to win, they want to help each other, right? Everybody will grow. Everybody will grow. I always say this, Lance, right? If the company is flat or is going down, there is no chance you're getting a pay increase. I don't have any money to pay you. If right, if the company is going up, there is a better chance to get a pay increase.
100%.
All right. So when we talk about growing the business, eventually your own payroll check will grow. All right. Otherwise, it ain't happening. It's not possible because the company does not have money to pay it.
You know, you grow and you grow fast. Most people are around for 20, 30 years and they still can't sell their company. You did it in less than 7, which is impressive. Everyone thinks it's easy to sell their companies to private equity firms. Like now, because private equity is so big in HVAC, it's coming to roofing, it's coming into everything, right? How hard was, you don't have to give me specifics, but I know you sold the Redwood, they're a great partner, but I don't give a shit. No one hands you the kind of money you got just off your P&L. How hard and stressful is that due diligence, that 4 to 5 months if you don't, because they crawl up your ass. You can tell me they don't, but they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people listening got to hear the truth. Like they think, oh, you just go and sell your company and it's done in 2 weeks. Can you talk about that?
No, really ain't happening. Uh, you gotta have to have, first of all, the right culture in the business. Two, you have the right key performance indicator in place, right? And you have to have your numbers, in details, right? You can't say, I don't know, ain't getting you nowhere, right? You need to know all the details. You're gonna ask a lot of questions that you never been asked, And you know what's the cool thing is about it is like you really have now a real true business evaluation. All right. You know exactly what your business is. All right. And you find out stuff that you didn't even know exists. All right. Like, no, through a whole thing is a roller coaster. Up, down, up, down. Literally is a roller coaster
How many times do you think it wasn't going to go through?
every day.
There you go. I appreciate the honesty.
Every day. Every day, it's every day there something is gonna go wrong and you want to back out, or there's something. I don't know. It's a roller
How many
coaster.
times did they ask you the same question in a different manner?
I think my attorney does.
Yeah.
Maybe to put the bill higher.
I mean, I'm like, dude, how many times do you ask the same fucking question? You're gonna get the same answer. I mean, I've been asked this question.
You're literally
What?
so you need to be prepared though. You know, it's not just prepared because you want to exit. You just need to be prepared in general to run a business.
You gotta be prepared. And people just think, oh man, if I'm doing $10, $15 million, $20 million, or $25 million, someone's gonna buy your company. They don't realize the majority of those companies get passed by.
Yeah. It's not about how much the revenue is. What's your profit is.
Well, what your profit is,
Yeah.
and do you have the systems, processes, leadership team? Do they trust you? Are you going to do the right thing? Because people don't realize it's after you sell is where you find out the character
Yeah.
of people. Like,
Yes.
I don't care what. I sold 6 times now, and I've seen people that I was in business with do some shitty things. Like literally where they just like, okay, I'm out, I'm leaving. I'm like, that's not our pledge. Like, what'd you do? Like, that's not what we said. Or I saw dips in numbers. They always go back. I do think most companies dip a little bit right after a sale, and then they go back up. I just said transition. People get scared, they get nervous, until people overcome that unless the owner stays on. You know, people will blame the private equity firm. I think the private equity firms are better than 99% of the operators out there. Can you talk about that? Because people don't realize how smart these private equity firms
Yeah.
are.
So for me, I was lucky to be partnered with Redwood, right? We have the best operator, I believe, in the C-suites up there in the world. I mean, like literally the best good people. You know them all,
Yeah.
right?
Good people. Very good people.
Very good people. And they always like to help. Uh, I don't see a dip anywhere. You should go taking up you know,
Because sometimes in transitions, there's a dip if the operator leaves.
yeah. I stayed.
You stayed on.
Yeah, well, whatever.
You rolled up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think sometimes, like, I saw companies that I sold that I didn't stay on, and it took a dip at first, and then 9 days later, they spiked back up. Just because people get nervous.
For me, look, I don't know how to do anything else. All right, so I have to go show up to the office. All right, so I gotta have to be there. All right, so it was easy for me, right, to go there and learn every day. Um, in the end of the day, look, you have to have the right people. You have to have the right process. If you don't have to have the right process and you don't have the right people, you're not going anywhere. You're staying where you're at. All right,
Sure.
because it's not a business. It's you as the person. If the person is not there, there is no business. You know, nobody's gonna invest on that. All right, you need to have the right people in place. And then when you get bigger, what got you here, most likely you won't get you there. Sometimes you have to make that hard decision, all right, what to do. All right.
That's a fact. People don't understand that. People are like, well, they've been loyal to me for 10 years. No, loyalty is also self-educating, getting yourself better, and helping everyone win and punch through the ceiling.
Yes.
Loyalty is a two-way street. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
Not one way.
Yeah. Otherwise taking advantage.
Correct.
That's not loyalty. Yeah. It has
Absolutely.
to be both ways. Uh, a PE firm, I don't know what's the other guys that do, and I'll talk about Redwood. They give you every single support that you need to advance your business and to most likely to grow the business and the right processes. I learned so much in the last 4 months, more than I ever did in my life.
Here's a question for you. Let's talk about that. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Exit Rich podcast, the podcast that will be live from the Roofing Process Conference. Tickets went fast last year, and they are already on pace to sell out. Get your tickets before it's too late. When you started coming around, and what's funny is I met you, but you invested in yourself. You knew you were going to start looking to sell. So you came, hung out with me, spent time with me, wanted to learn. I saw you go to other conferences. I started seeing you around more. Like, do you believe that, I'm just asking you a question straight fucking point blank, that you don't come meet me, you don't spend time with me, you don't go meet a few other people, invest in yourself, the plane tickets, the hotels. Do you believe you would be able to sell as easily?
No, 100%. Absolutely not. 100%. Nothing is going to come to you. You're going to go get it. All right. So
Because you were smart enough to invest your time and say, "Lance,
yeah,
he's
so
talking to
here,
you,"
here's what
and other people too.
Yep.
Like, I respect that
Yeah,
about you.
here
You were
was
smart
other
on that.
Adam Coffey, the author of the Private Equity Playbook, the Exit Strategy, and he has like 4 books, one of the top books, and so there is a rule. He has a rule of 130. All right, the rule of 130 is you take your age, say 50 years old. Your how much of your net worth is tied into the business? 90%. All of us, 95%. You add them two together, 90 plus a 50, that's 140. It's most likely it's time to exit.
Yeah.
If it's below 130, you still have a plenty of time. So for me, it was well over 130. I need to figure out a way, all right, to find out about exit. And met you at the place in Wildwood. It was a good place, and he just showed me the map. Here is where the map. Here is where we need to go. So and after that, I just went go get it. I go to Tommy Mello shows, sort of Pantheon, meet with great people, talk more, learn more. All right,
And that's
and
what people don't realize. That's what you have to do. And I try and tell it to people all the time. Like, guys, if you're not going to not just my mastermind or my show, like go to time, go to people that done it. Like
yeah,
I don't. It is gonna sound so rude. Like, how many people do you meet that they act like they've done something, but you know for a fact they never did? Make sense? Like all these fake ass gurus on social media. Like you just see them all the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And so me, I don't even pay him attention. I'm like, just get at it. Like, I don't have time for it. I've done it 6 times. Tommy Mello had one of the
yeah,
biggest exits ever. I mean, like, you wanna go to meet the people that have actually done it,
100%,
understand the roadmap,
100%.
to have a clear vision on it. And I feel like so many people hire these coaches and do all this dumb stuff. I'm like, man, like you talk about just putting your money like
Yeah. You follow some it's called rob and duplicate.
I hear it
So
all the time.
don't rob it from somebody never done it, because what are you gonna get? Nothing from him. All right?
Yeah.
You rob it from Lance. You rob it from the good guys that have done it before, and you just duplicate it. It's as easy. All right? It's you gotta have to have a success behind the story.
What about courage? It seems like a lot of people, they say they want things and they just
Yeah.
like their actions don't show it. Can you talk about that? 'Cause
So
I see it all the time. Like people say they want stuff, but their actions don't say they want it.
yeah, because they don't take risks. You will never steal a second base if you're foot on the first base.
I love that
All right?
saying. I never
Yep.
heard that one.
Well,
I don't play baseball, but I do love that
yeah,
saying.
but so you're gonna have to take a lead, all right? Then you have to take a risk. Otherwise, you will never advance. All right. If you play it
I'm gonna
safe,
steal that one too.
if you play it safe, you're gonna be there. You will never advance. If you don't attend those events, all right, you're gonna learn from the right door office and the left door office that have been there for the last 10 years. So you gotta get out. You gotta see what's out there, what's working. When you coming into Lance events, come on, man, you gotta have the whole book of the last 20 years of experience,
30 years.
30 years of experience. How many mistakes did you go through
Um,
with a lot? So
I said this at Home Freedom when I spoke there, and I said it at roofing conference. I probably made personally $50 million in mistakes over the last 10 years.
yeah,
Just in the last 10 years, I could go back and look
yeah.
and say, what a terrible mistake. It cost me that much money. It cost me that much money. And now, I
And you're telling these guys, here it is. Don't do it.
yeah, and some listen and some don't. And some people are like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm like, all right, well, when it doesn't work out, just text me or call me because I know how this plays out. I've done it. Like I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Here's a
Yeah, no, again, it's literally, it's what is it? Rob and duplicate. All right. You don't go rob an empty house.
yeah, you remember
There is
that
nothing
full
there.
one.
Yeah.
Here's the last question for you, kinda you gotta go. What's next for you? What's next for you?
I gonna be staying around. I love what I'm doing. I love to be part of a guaranteed service. I love to be part of the Redwood family. We're gonna grow this business and we're gonna take it to the next level that nobody ever seen before.
I wish you the
Yeah.
best and thank you for being here,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, is that
Before it was great.